Good afternoon, MML. This is Ben Buffon here with your preview or slash recap of the new season 25 of the CL. What's back this season, and this is the WAR slash UGC play pool. So I'm exactly not sure. I think it's the top two make the playoffs. That's what I'm going with, unless someone says otherwise. I think I'm pretty right in saying that. So let's get on with it. So one game's been done already. The Mongoose beat the Nomads 2-0. Shame on you. Shame on you. I had you down to win 3-0. Oh man, that would give me a nice, 3 points for the Goblin Gambling? But man, unbelievable. Right. So, after that, sorry, I just had people Discording me at the same time here. Always the case, start recording and loads of Discord messages come through. Let's get on with it then. So, Laserstrip's back, Lord of the Skinks, obviously very, very famous team. More famous than Dynarok by the sounds of it. When people say about Dynarok, they're like, who? When I talk about Lord of the Skinks, like, oh my god, the Lord of the Skinks is back. Great guy. I'm really happy Laserstrip's back. Really good coach as well. Arican Jr.'s, oh god. He's a bit of a beast in that. As usually find a lot of Saurus teams, Lizard teams do have injuries, and these have. But Lounge, wow. Movement 9, Agility 5. Beautiful. Block. So there's a Blodger as well. He's 240k, what's a lot of TV, but he's well worth it. Obviously, they're going to have to try and get these guys leveled up in CL. And the good thing with CL, probably, is you're not going to go up against any really monstrous kill teams or anything really nasty like that. So while you're in the CL, you can build up your team for the pros. So that is always a good point. But let's remember, this team has played pro. This is a pro team back in CL. As you can see, Bill Kawapara. Now, I do believe that was the final. I'm going to go out on a whim and say that was the final. Crikey, some of these teams. Airshaker Cannon, that's an old name. Factor 50 United, that's V's team. The Uber Shriek Flamers still rocking about these days. There, look at that, crikey. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they come back. Again, when he's back after the first week, that'll obviously help with Aragon. They're a bit battered, but again, they've got building blocks there, haven't they? And obviously at 1260, that ain't bad at all. I don't know what the ruling is. I presume this was in the trophy cabinet. They played Blood and Mud Guardians week 1. Who's a Norse team, so that won't be a problem. They'll quite happily go against that. I think the worst matchup for the Lord Skinks would either be the Wood Elves, because obviously the Leapers, or Tony and his Leapers as well. Either of them, I would say, are going to be pretty nasty as a matchup, because Skinks are still on the strength 2, and if you haven't got the guard, people just gate crash into their cage. And he doesn't have sure hands either, so things like strip ball work also. Best matchup, well, I always a bit wary when you play goblins, because if their secret weapons work, although again there's nothing really there to scare you, although you wouldn't expect goblins as much there, would you? The Necro, I think they lost a play, didn't they? The Wolf. Oh, look at that. Strength 4, agility 4, Wolf. I think leveled, so he must have got agility then. Is he just missing next game? Oh, good. Only mixed next game for him. See, I would have gone with the Necro. There's nothing there. I mean, obviously he's got his stand firm, but his strength 4, but there's nothing there. Claw can be a bit dodgy. So yeah, I think I'll go with them as the best matchup. There's nothing there. I mean, that agility 4, strength 4 Wolf's scary, but he's still in his youth, and he's still a pup. I think, the Lizards have the way with them. So I think the best matchup is going to be the the Romping Cat, the Necromancer, and I think the worst matchup is definitely between the Mongoose and the Galadriel Reekers. If I had to be pushed for one of them, I would go with the Kislev just because almost everything can leap apart from the bear, so anything can get to them. But again, top coach. Some would say maybe definitely one of the best coaches in this player pool, and they should be there. You know, when the player spots are given out, should be close if not there. Gitsville Zeros, Glowworm's back. Oh god, he's got a troll out first game. That's never good. That's gonna be a niggle. That's a nice fanatic. Leaping Looney, who doesn't like that. Now 40 TV, has he got the Nuffles Altar? He does. It's either Nuffles Altar or Brab. I always go Nuffles Altar because the Brab gives a Brab to your opponent, and that can go quite nasty at squishing goblins and stuff. I didn't really have a look. Well, he's never won a game. Never won a game. 3 draws, 9 losses. So, you know, it is what it is. How sweet would it be for him if the goblins could start winning when it matters? 9-4 then. Sorry, 9-40. So, it's going to get inducements from quite a lot. Like I say, that Fanatic's beautiful. I'm sure he'll be trying to get Brabs to keep that on the pitch. Chainsaw's fun. The Pogo is alright, but again, Niggle, that's a big worry. You'll have to make sure that's well protected. And the Trolls are nothing special, although Break Tackle's always useful. 4+ Cage Dive. In the rules as it stands at the moment, so, you know, not bad. Best and worst matchups. Ugh, God. Ugh. What's this? Oh, got on the wrong one again. Yeah, I think maybe the best matchup might be the Little Yobs because he'll get a bit of inducements, especially if he's at home when these two play. And this team's nothing special either, so you know, Goblins v Goblins is always fun. And you're having the Leaping Chainsaw, he doesn't. You've got a Mighty Blow, Block Fanatic, he doesn't. He's got an Agility 4 Pogoer. What's nice, but his trolls aren't great either. You know, although saying that, you are getting inducements, aren't you? Because your trolls are, which yeah. So maybe what's that now? 1070 against 1140. So 70k. You could still get another Fanatic or a Chainsaw or something, especially if you're at home. No, in fact, they're playing each other first week, so. Be interesting to see what he picks then. That's an interesting one. Worst matchups. Let's have a look. Nose can be quite hitty if they've got Mighty Blow and they've got Frenzy. But they are only AV7. There's no Mighty Blow in there at all, is there? Right, okay, I'm going to be boring. I'm going to go with the Kislev as the worst matchup, just because they can all dive bomb the ball carrier, and with a Niggle ball carrier, that's like catnip to cats. So I think the Mongooses could feast on these goblins. So yeah, it's going to be a tough season for the goblins, but you know, there's definitely a few teams better. Although I think, you know, the goblins, Glowworm's been in stronger play pools than this and done well, and I do believe he was the only team to actually beat Alma's Dark Elves when Alma won the championship 2 seasons ago. So you know, when you can do that, you can do just about anything. So yeah, again, I can't see them making the playoffs with his top 2, but I can see them getting wins. I think they'll definitely get a win this season. The Little Yobs then, so they played last season, they're playing again this season. They've got 1 win, 6 losses. Who did they beat? Oh, 5 million Spellsingers. So them Teeth Boys to beat. That's an interesting one because they've beat quite a lot of people and they're in the pros now. What can you say? It's 1140 TV, but quite expensive for what it is. But I mean, you know, it's got the agility on the Pogo. That's good. That's really good. That means it's leaping all the players on a 2+, isn't it? So 3+ on a leap. Plus long legs, 2+, yes. Sneak it, why not? Needs his fanatic developing. There's not much here, is there? He's played 7 games and there's not much there at all, unfortunately. It's hard to really say. The Goblins, if the special teams work, they'll do well. If they don't, well, then they won't. Again, in this play pool, it could struggle. Like I said, only won 1 last season. But again, when you're playing Goblins, it's more for fun and trying to get that elusive win when you can. It's not about, obviously, making the playoffs every season and winning the championship, although that would be awesome. Again, a bit similar to Glowworm, really. Worst matchups are going to be anything with Leaping. So obviously the Wood Elves and Tony again. Laser Trips Saurus could certainly bully the Goblins. Although if the Goblins special teams work, could give them a chance. Best match for the Yobs. Oof. Do you know what? I'm going to go with the Norse. They're going to get a little bit of inducements. There's nothing really on this Norse team what would scare me as a Goblin. The AV7, apart from the Ultra Awareness, put a chainsaw to the face or whack him with a big ball. You know, there's nothing here what scares me whatsoever if I'm a Goblin coach. You know, I'd even be tempted to get a Brab or something, you know, with your inducements. You know? So, yeah. That's what I think. Worst case scenario is the Mongooses. Best case scenario is the Norse, who we now go on to. I'm trying to think if I've seen this guy play. My apologies, I'm not clued up on everybody now. I know there's a few new guys and girls. 2-2, so that's not shabby. Got beat by he beat the Death Party and he beat the Bow and Idol Rotters, so not bad. He's actually fought the Midwood Isle Mongoose and only lost 1-0, so that's not bad. So yeah, I wonder how many of them are friendlies though, because the statistics say 2-2, doesn't it? And he's played 6 games, so 2 of them must be just straight up friendlies. Right, let's go to it. Right, the plus points is they've got block and they've got frenzy, and he's got a bench. What's important? He's got 3 rerolls and he's got an apothecary. So that's all good. He's got a kicker. Interesting. Not big. Well, I'm not saying I'm a big fan of it. I think there's better skills to get than kick. Early doors. That's just my personal opinion. I'd be trying to get DP and fend. He's obviously got that on 2 of the pieces. He's just like, you know what, I'm going to get kick. But again, he needs mighty blow and needs it quickly. Nothing's hardly skilled. He's only played 4 games though, so it's unfortunate that his linemen have somehow hogged all the XP. Even the debt plays on 9 already. What, you won't want him that high? Again, I've not seen the guy play, so this guy could be amazing, and he could just beat teams just by his coach skill. But you know, even though this is the low level, like, you know, all low TV teams, they're all right. But there's no firepower there, is there? You'd have liked seeing a couple of mighty blows on there. Maybe I've just seen Trips Norse too much, and that's why. But, yeah. Best and worst matchups. Well, worst matchup for me is the Lord of the Skinks, especially when they're full strength. I think they'll just bully, and there's no even got any guard. So I think they're probably going to be the worst matchup for them. Best matchup for them? I don't know. Maybe the cheering fans, just because again they're not that well developed yet, and they've only got the 4. Although he's done well by getting dodge before block, I like that. But it's got some AV7, so you know you might be able to get some removals. You know, it's hard to say. I mean, that's the problem with a lot of these teams. They're very low TV. So a lot of times when I do like recaps and stuff and pre-caps, when it's like this, I usually go on the coaches a lot more because I know usually their style of play, and I'll know if it suits to this team, or they'll be able to use the limited skills they've got to a higher level. So my apologies, I don't know who you are. He's going to turn around and say, I'm this guy. I'm like, oh my god, how do I know who you are? But my apologies. They've got a chance to solid. It's solid but not spectacular. It's like humans, isn't it? You know, no weaknesses, but no massive strengths in this team. And no Yeti. Right, Midwood Isle Mongooses. Well, I tipped him to win his first game 3-0. He won 2-0. Oh, God. Oh, but look at that. The catcher's got a level. He's got agility up. So that is good. Agility 5. Can't go wrong with that. He's got a kick. I understand why they have a kick on this guy, because they're trying to flood the backfield and trying to get the turnover. Never been a fan of the Bear, but he's got 2 solid, if unspectacular skills in guard and break tackle. 2 of his blitzes of block. I do believe Lamb died in his first game as well. What I saw, he went and he didn't save him, and I don't blame him. Obviously, this team will be a lot more dangerous when they start getting some ball sacking skills. I understand what he's doing with the blitzers, but obviously, these linemen need to get levels and get wrestled ASAP. You know? Nigel Lamb, well, you know, he's on borrowed time, isn't he? That one. A lot of times I just sack these. I really do. Because they're just waiting to die, aren't they? But AV8. Especially when you go against the more firepower ones. So again, he's definitely one of the best coaches in the player pool for sure. So he should be up there, definitely. At least the Bear does give him that prehensive tail and the mighty blow and gives him the strength, and the guard will help. And Gary's obviously now agility 5, although now you're thinking, God, do I want to leap in a do I want to leap in my agility 5 piece into a cage to get a 2-die? Again, it's not a bad team. Hasn't got an enhancement yet, and there you go. 6 wins, no draws, no losses. So it's won every single game. So that's not bad, is it? That's not bad at all. I think he's been playing this Kislev with a very similar name to these in Champions Ladder as well. So he's been getting a lot of practice with them. I'm not exactly sure what he plays in BT. I thought last time it was High Elves, but you know, either way, the guys there been playing Kislev quite a bit. Best and worst matchups. Well, anything what's got strength 2 ball carries is a good matchup. Obviously, you know, these bad boys here, I still think these are a good matchup for them, Laser Trips, just because the Skink's going to get jumped on. So I'm going to go with Laser Trip. They're the best matchup. Worst matchup. Oh, God. I think they're basically, you know, they haven't got really much of a problem. I'm going to go with the Elves just because the Elves can actually leap as well. And they've obviously they've got so much agility that they can, you know, if they leave a gap or anything like that, they can get the ball off them and just say, see you later, and they've gone already. And obviously Zerplus, again, another top-class coach. So, yeah, I'm going to go then with the worst matchup. But, again, another team you expect to be fighting for the playoffs. Right, Cheering Fangs, a vampire team. Fezar. Let's see what we've got. Right, first of all, we like the dodge first up. Pardon me. That is really good. He's got an agility 5 vampire. What's goal? That means he's basically hypnotised on a 2+ if he's not in any tackle zones. And obviously, a lot of teams don't have tackle early on, so this is really good. I like this. Obviously, it's a bit more dodgy to hit, but hey, you know, it is what it is. This will help them more in the long run, I think. Item the throw is pretty good. Block and tackle. I would have probably gone wrestle tackle if you're going to try and make him into a ball sacker. Shui's got the leader at the moment. Hey, why not? Let's have 5 of them. And then you got your thralls. I mean, your thralls you don't really want to have much on them anyway. Again, DP, wrestle, 2 things I like on these guys. You know. Some people say, well, why get DP when they're going to get eaten by the Vamps and you need loads of thralls? But at the same time, if that DP can take care of a Mighty Blow Pommer or something like that, he's well earned his cash. Statistics-wise, let's have a look. So 2 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses. So it's a bit up and down. Only lost 2-1 to Gladriel's Reekers. Was not bad. Seen that All Black Magic there. I've seen that name around a while. I'm not exactly sure who that is. But not bad. Umbrella CEOs. Is that Gio's Rotter team or one of the Rotter teams? So yeah, it's not bad. I mean, they've got 12 players. Obviously, when Shui comes back, they'll have 13 or whatever you call him. You know, 3 rerolls is nice. He's got the coach assistant and Chili try and pinch another one. And Vamps, you know, they're good, aren't they? They're pretty good, but 2 minutes is always a bit of a test for them. Because, you know, there's so much you need to do and think. Best matches, worst matches. Oh dear. Just not exactly sure. I'm going to say best match is probably the Little Yobs, just because, you know, hit near a cage, go in, get the ball, and even the Thrall can bully them. Worst matchups. Ooh. Oh dear. God. Who do I want to pick here? I'm gonna go with the Mongoose again. I think just because they've got so much leap, you know, so they can always keep putting the pressure on, making it awkward for the Vamps. Like I say, I get stung a lot when I tip vampire teams, so I'm going to be wary tipping this team. I'll watch and see what they do this season, and then go from there, I think. But again, you know, he's got a chance in this player pool. You'd think most of them have. You know, they're all very similar to EV, and it could just come down to skill level or attrition. Right, the Necromancer Nomads then. Well, that's not a good start, is it? It came in with Agility 2 Werewolf, what really put me off. And then obviously Angel Eyes has got better, but he's now MNG next game. Only 1 win, 2 draws, 4 losses, and obviously he's just lost his first game. No shame though to the Mongooses. So yeah, I think Galadriel Rika's stuffed in for as well, and he plays them again this season. I think personally this one is a funny one because I would have got rid of Hell Howler. Agility 2, why? I don't get that. Really don't get that. I just think that's dead weight. I would try this season. I would be trying to get as much level ups on this guy as I can, while trying to get a bit of skills on these. As good as number 1 is, I just don't see this team making the playoffs. They've got 1 badly wounded wolf, and the other one is missing, and they've lost the first game already. I would be personally just looking to build this team up. Get your block, try and get maybe another level, maybe guard. Get a DP zombie. Get a bit more mighty blow, you know, and see how you go. But I think this team's behind the 8 ball, and they'll do well to get to the playoffs. Best matchup, worst matchups. I think a pretty bad matchup might be the Lord of the Skinks, because they'll just bully them all over the place. And I don't think the Necro are going to have any answer to them, especially with only 1 wolf at the moment. And good matchups for the Necro. I don't know. maybe the Vamps, because the Vamps might break each other. And obviously most of them are AV7, so you know his wolf can go hunting, and obviously his mighty blow white could maybe put some pain in. So that's what I go with. Right, Zerplus, Galadriel Rikas then. Big fan of the coach. Mighty blow war dancer. And a strip ball war dancer. 8 wins, no draws, no losses. Not bad. Beat the Nomads last game as well. Beat him a few times. Yeah, what can you say? I mean, 1300, what do we get? We've got a Blodge Catcher, we've got a Strip Ball War Dancer, a Physical Tackle Mighty Blow Sidestep War Dancer, Sidestep Catcher. Oh god, every 6. I just bought him already. That's just a way. I mean, why? I mean, I presume he must have got injured last game, and you have to have 11 players. He's got no cash, so he's had to keep him. That's the only way that makes sense. The major negatives for this team is obviously they've got no cash. But again, the Wood Elves, even Loner Wood Elves, are good. Not been beaten with this team yet in the farm. And yeah, only the 2 rerolls, slight worry. But again, it's a decent team, isn't it? It's a decent team. Again, in this player pool, it should do alright. The only problem is if attrition, he gets one of those games where they just break. But again, Zerpus a very good coach, and yet another one of two teams what have come in with an undefeated record. And Wood Elves always do well. I always think Wood Elves can be a bit OP, and people say, well, why? And it's because I've seen a lot of coaches in Sea Ladder what I'd class as like an average player, but when they play Wood Elves, all of a sudden they go from average to good or better. I see that a lot with Elves, and Zerplus is already a class act at skill level, so you know you're going to get at least that in this player pool. Best matchup, worst matchups? Well, best matchups is anything with ball carriers with strength 2. You know, I think he'll have a fun time against the Lizards, so I'm going to get them as his best matchup. I always believe that's Wood Elves' best matchup is against them tasty skinks. Worst case matchup, well, I don't really know. Oh god, I'm gonna go with the Kislev just because they can leap and do what the Wood Elves can sort of do as well. It's funny between them two teams. They can be the best and worst matchups between each other. So I'm gonna go with that. Now the question really is, who's gonna make the playoffs? Isn't it? That's the thing. And a bold prediction as well, don't I? I've got to have a bold prediction. That's going to be really hard. Oh, Alright, bold prediction. One team will go 7-0-0 in this play pool. And I'm going to go with Zerplus's Galadriel Reekers to do that. There's my bold prediction. Is it bold? I don't know. But that's what it is. For the playoffs, the two what I'll think will make the playoffs. Well, I think the Reekers will finish first, and then the second place is really, really tough between the Mongooses and the Lord of the Skinks. To me, I'm just going to go back to the Lord of the Skinks to have a quick look again. Oh, this is tough. This is really tough. Yeah, second place, I'm going to go with Lord of the Skinks. So I think Reekers will win it, and they'll go 7-0-0. Sorry about that, but I know you're probably thinking of Kirsty now. And Lord of the Skinks will finish second, and the Mongooses will finish third. So there you go, guys. That is the my recap to the player pool. I wish all 8 coaches the very best of luck and have fun, and good luck on the pitch. Take care, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.